Representative Maxine Waters (DCA) has been pretty quiet for a while. Ever since she called for her followers to go after Trump supporters when the whole Red Hen restaurant thing blew up over White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, she has been noticeably absent. I haven't heard her screech impeachment lately. But she's back. It's no secret that Maxine Waters hates Trump, Republicans and anyone who is not a liberal. My personal opinion is she's a couple of bricks shy of a full load. Now, she's gone off and has proven my point that she is seriously unstable. Waters has been calling for the impeachment of President Trump since the day he stepped into the presidency. Saturday, she turned it up to full boil while accepting an award from the Stonewall Young Democrats in Los Angeles. She called for her supporters to seek out Trump administration officials and physically intimidate and harass them. She said she does that all the time. There are those who said we lacked civility when I got up and talked about the president's cabinet, and I said if you see them anywhere, if you see them at a restaurant, if you see them in a department store, even at a gasoline station, just tell them you're not welcome here or anywhere, Waters said to wild applause and cheers. And so, it frightened a lot of people, and of course the lying president said that I had threatened all of his constituents, Waters said. I did not threaten his constituents, his supporters. I do that all the time, but I didn't do it that time, she said. Nice to hear her own up to her threats. Do tell, Maxine. Then she went on to say that her call to harass Trump officials cannot be termed a call for political violence. Yes, it can. What bothered me so much was, they tried to frame that as violence. That's not violence, Waters said. The poster child for violence is the President of the United States. He's the one who threatens. Don't forget at his rallies, when he said go ahead and beat them up, I'll take them out on a stretcher. Has she forgotten how Trump supporters were roughed up? Perhaps she mistakenly thinks Antifa is some cuddly radical group. From what I have seen, the overwhelming calls for violence here come from her side of the aisle. She wasn't done twisting what violence actually entails either. I do not advocate violence. I do not believe you should hit, kick, shoot, she said. We have to tell people the difference between violence and incivility and protesting. This from the woman who called the LA riots a defining moment. The Washington Free Beacon in 2017 took us down memory lane. More than 50 people were killed during the riots, with thousands more injured and over $1 billion in property damage. But Waters told the Huffington Post that the LA riots were a milestone in the history of black people demanding justice. These were people who had been basically forgotten, Waters said. And because of Rodney King's beating and the current emotion that was stirring in that, it was like people were saying, we're here. You can't do this to us. Look what you're doing, look how you've been. So it was a defining moment in this country and I think a defining moment in the way that black people resisted, she continued.